It's Monday. That means it's time for another episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. I am Emily Doll, your hostess with the mostess. By mostess, I mean coffee. I've definitely had my fair share of cups this morning, but then again, I always do. When I wake up in the morning, it usually means that I might get like this much coffee before I have to make more, because my boyfriend is just as much of a coffee hound as I am, and he always gets up before me. And I think since he has to get up earlier, it's only fair that, he gets to reap most of the benefits from the first pot of coffee. All right, so it's a new week. We've, done some stuff, gone some places, enjoyed some things. I've definitely done quite a bit of those. Last week I missed out on Monday Coffee because I was having an amazing photo shoot with a local pinup group. I wouldn't really say it's a pinup group as much as it's a pinup brand. If you're into pinups at all, you should know the name, and if you don't, shame on you. But Lucky Devil Pinups is a local photographer here, Adam. He's an amazing fella, but he is the brains and the heart behind the Lucky Devil Pinups brand, and I was finally lucky enough to actually get in front of his camera. It's a brand that I've been behind for a really long time. He followed my page and supported me, and when he started this, I couldn't help but get on board. And it's always been like a long distance friendship. But now I actually get to be a part of things, and it was everything that I dreamed it can be and more. It's amazing, and I can't wait to, do more projects, do more things, grow as a human being. So I decided, after this photo shoot, that I was going to talk openly about something that I just recently went through. And it kind of went positively and negatively, but that's the internet. Things always go negative. Even if you mean it as positive as possible, you can be like, please donate $1 because I'm going to give it all to the charity that helps, people in need. And people are like, you're an asshole. And you're like, what? Like, you can mean everything in the most innocent way possible, and the world will try and turn it negative. I swear, it is absolutely mind-numbing. But I went through a huge body change recently, and I've been openly talking about it because I openly talk about everything with you guys, and I'm a body and self-love advocate. I talk about it all the time. I've talked about body shaming since I started my page because it's something that I've always suffered. I've always been skinny shamed since I was, born. I've always been the tiny one, but a lot has been changing for me, and I think that, growing up and always being really, really naturally thin, and then going through all of the stressful situations that I had been going through in my young adult life up until recently now that I've moved, I didn't realize, I think, how much my lifestyle and my stress and my anxiety and my depression was really taking a toll on my body. And I honestly think that my metabolism might have changed, and I didn't know it because I was unhealthy. I worked nonstop. I didn't eat regularly. So my thin that I was used to turned into a thin that might not have been the thin of a healthy, natural thin, but I was still that thin because I wasn't eating properly, and I just didn't notice because it's how I'd always been. I'd always been that small, so it was no big deal to me. But I've moved, and I'm happier, and I'm a lot less stressed, and I'm learning. I'm off my medication for my anxiety and my depression, and everything's changing, including my body. So why not be open with you guys about that? I'm open with you guys about everything. And I decided I was going to be completely open about the discovery I had made because I had to go jean shopping. Like, it literally started with jean shopping. I feel like that's how a lot of things happen. I just wanted to go find a pair of jeans that fit, and then shit hit the fan. And it really didn't hit the fan until I shared it openly across the interwebs, like everything, right? So I go jean shopping because I could not fit any of my pants. I couldn't get them up. When you gain weight after being a size 00, anything you put on is going to be evident in those pants. And my boyfriend said, let's go grab you a few pairs of jeans. So we went to the mall, and I started trying on different sizes. I tried on a 2, that was too small. I tried on a 4, that was too small. And I finally put on a 6, and the 6 went up over my hips, and I was able to button it, and I was good, right? And I wasn't negative about it because I work so hard to be comfortable in whoever I am, and that's what I preach to you guys. I didn't even really question it. I was like, okay, this is exciting, new body, new size, whatever, let's embrace it, let's go with it, it'll be exciting, right? So when I got home, I was doing some poking around, and I just Googled a whole bunch of stuff relating to sizing and models in the industry, and according to the industry, the modeling industry, not the average woman, the industry that I'm in, that I'm a part of, starting between a 6 and an 8, there's a lot of sources that say size 6, and there's a lot of sources that say size 8, so it's going between a 6 and an 8, a girl is considered a plus size model. And I kind of laughed at this because I don't consider myself plus size, but I also don't consider, if someone were to call me plus size, it to be negative or offensive to me. So I was looking around, and the average American woman, and this is in America, the average American woman is between size 12 to 16. So if you go into a plus size section of a store, most of the sizing is going to start at a 12. Right? Awesome. So I decided that I was going to be open about this, and I was going to share, and I wanted to take that stereotype of when you gain that title of plus size as being negative. So I found a couple of things once I outed this. I wanted to share it because the standards for models are ridiculous, and they're so ridiculous that there's a lot of amazing and talented women out there that aren't getting jobs based off their body type, and I think it's bullshit. Unfortunately, the modeling industry isn't about empowering women. It's not about bringing you up. When models are walking hangers, we're there to make the clothes look good. So whatever that designer feels the body best portrays their clothing, that's who they pick their models off of, and it's their brand, and it's their designs, and if they have every right to do that, whether we agree with it or not. But I do think the modeling industry does need to protect its models from unhealthy body images. I don't think, as a model, it's a job. That's a job. That's not, oh, I'm just hot and I just stand here and look pretty. No, that's a job. And women and men bust their asses to work in that industry. And I don't think that they should have to harm their bodies to get jobs. So I wanted to be open about the fact that I may have this new title as plus size according to the industry, and if I were to walk into an open casting call, I might get labeled in the plus size group, and that's fine with me. And I wanted to speak out about this because I think that the two groups, I think skinny shaming and fat shaming, are still very separated. I think that the people who support both sides need to stop only supporting their body image and support healthy body image, and pull those two groups together so all of these people can support each other hand in hand, and we can stop butting heads at who gets shamed more, who has it harder, who's better than, who's worse than. I think that we really need to close that gap. So I wanted to speak out about what I was going through, because not only do I think it's important for young girls and women out there, and even men who might gain that plus size title and think that it's devastating because society says that you should be devastated, like you shouldn't have that title. That automatically means that you're negative. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, no, that's bullshit. Plus size is a descriptive term of your body. That is it. It's a descriptive term for a size. I kind of wonder why there was never a minus size category, because I would have had somewhere to go my entire life, but there never was. And for me personally, I've just never seen it as a negative term, because it just, describes a size. It doesn't define you as a person, but that's my mindset. That's not everybody's mindset. So for some people, it's hard to accept those kinds of things, and they do see it as a negative. And so I did want to open up, this situation and be open with you guys, because I always am. And I did post several times about it. And I think that that's important because I had a few different reactions. The men pretty much all said the same thing. Plus size or not, you're always beautiful, you're always sexy, you're hot. There was a few that kind of got more in depth about how women shouldn't have to have this kind of pressure on their bodies and stuff like that. But for the most part, the guys are pretty supportive. Neither here nor there. Then there was a couple of different groups of women. There were the groups of women who were like, hell yeah, rock you, whoever you are, however you are, be yourself. And that was the message that I wanted to put out, is that no matter what size I am, no matter what I'm going through life, no matter what changes, I'm going to embrace who I am and learn what I'm going to learn right now in this body that I have. And there was a lot of women who understood what I was trying to say and supported me and lifted me up. Then, and it's so funny to me that this can even be a thing, then there was the, of course, offended group. I don't understand how people can be offended when I'm trying to break stereotypes that define you negatively. Plus size women who attacked me, basically saying more or less that because I'm not as plus size as them, I still can't sit with them. They totally mean girled me, like 100%. And I think that that's bullshit. I think that behavior like that and attitudes like that just puts a bigger wedge in the gap, because I'm not your ideal plus size body type. You're going to push me out just like you claim everybody has always done to you. And I think that there's a lot of people with those mindsets, is that they immediately want to protect this thing that they have. And there's a lot of plus size women out there that I found after I've outed this that were upset that I kind of claimed a title that they felt was theirs. And I understand, I guess that offends a little. No, I don't. That's a lie. I don't. I'm trying to be supportive and I'm trying to be understanding, but I don't get it. And if me trying to break the fact that I thought it was total bullshit that when I said, hey, I'm a plus size model according to industry standards, whether you agree, whether you disagree, whether you think it's bullshit or not, this is the factual evidence that I found. People were like telling me they were trying to lift me up, like, oh no, you're not, you're beautiful. Why would you say that? Why would you say, oh no, you're not plus size, you're beautiful? Oh, because if I was plus size, I wouldn't be beautiful? I need a minute. So what I'm saying is that for me to say that now from a 00 with some lifestyle changes, I'm now a size 6, and according to the modeling industry, which I'm a part of in a way, not in a huge way, the sizing standards don't really affect me because I'm a freelance model. So I don't have to keep up with such strict body standards as models that are signed with agencies and doing big modeling campaigns and things like that. It doesn't affect me the same. But if I was, it would be affecting me. And it's affecting other girls out there in this industry. And that's a hard thing. And I think my goal with my post was to say, if you gain that plus size title, whether you think you deserve it or not, don't see it as negative. Because being plus size isn't negative. Being unhealthy is negative. Unhealthy comes in every shape and size. Sometimes unhealthy looks absolutely perfect on the outside, but it's dying on the inside. So healthy comes in different stages, in different levels, and looks different on different people. And I think that it's really important for women to speak out against things like people apologizing to you when you say you're plus size. I'm so sorry. No, you're not. Did that hurt your feelings? No, it didn't hurt my feelings. Why would it hurt my feelings? They didn't call me a bitch. They didn't say, you have now gained the title of bitch hoe. That might have been a little far. What I mean, all they said was your body type would probably be put into the category as plus size models. Okay. I'm still amazing. I'm still a badass. I'm still me. I'm still beautiful. I'm still strong and independent and brave and all these other things. So now because I have this, like, because I didn't have this before, and now that I have this, and now that I have this, I'm supposed to be ashamed? I'm supposed to be offended? It's my body. It doesn't define me as a human being. I define me as a human being. Duh. What I'm saying is that no matter what descriptive term your body type gets, from whatever source it may come from, whether you're an average American woman or you're an American model, you don't have to define yourself by what the rest of the world likes to define things by. The world defines things in such screwed up ways. You can't think like that. It'll destroy you. You have to define yourself and take these descriptive terms and just allow them to make you more beautiful and more interesting and more unique. You grab onto those terms and you make them what you want them to be. I get to say who I am. It doesn't matter what the scale says. It doesn't matter what the modeling industry says. It doesn't matter what a tag on a pair of jeans says. I get to say who I am. I get to go out there and introduce who I am as a person to everybody else in the world. And you should do the same thing. Because what's inside, before society just weighs all of that beauty that you are down, there's an amazing human being in there. Share it with the world and don't let the world's titles that it puts on your shoulders destroy who you are. I'm Emily Dahl. It's Monday. This has been another episode of Monday Coffee with the Doll. Remember, you have an entire week to define all of the beautiful, amazing things about you. Don't let the world put out that light. We can't handle any more darkness. I love you. Stay who you are and stay beautiful. I'll see you guys next week.